Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to design a necklace using this beautiful connector, the cubic zirconia connector that we received in the GGC treasure bag, the sophisticated collection, the flowers and shells one. This one, I thought first I will do a bracelet, but Gina has already done a bracelet with this thing. You can go ahead and check in her channel. GGC beginning beaders is what I believe. I thought, why can't I do 3-strand necklace? So this is one strand that I'm thinking that I'm going to use, and this is the freshwater shell bead strand that I'm going to use, and the other one I'm going to use this hot crystal beads. So it's going to be dainty, right? I don't want bigger beads to form this necklace because this thing is really nice and cute and pretty and dainty. So I want to have all 3 strands. I should be first able to fit all 3 strands. If it is only thin, then only I can fit. Otherwise it will be difficult for me to fit 3 strands over there. I just opened up this strand because this is the smallest strand in the lot. And for stringing this, I would either like a 19 strand or a 49 strand, because I want this to be flexible and nice. So I'm going to use this. I don't know if I will have enough of this. Anyways, it's a gold one and the rest is all gray color. I'm not having any more of the gold color beading wire. That is so sad, right? I need to get more, but I do have 49 strands in gray color. I'm thinking whether I should use this because I don't know if it will be enough for all 3 strands. Let me just open it up and see. So okay, and approximately it's about, say, 3 feet. I think it should be good enough. Is what I believe. Let's see. Right, the moment of truth. Maybe I need to be very conservative with my wire out here. I like to work with the spool, so I'm going to start stringing the beads. And so you can, because this is a small strand and I need a little bit of, you can have any beads in the middle if you like to. This and this and this is what the beads we are going to use. So maybe a gold color would look good, or an antique gold will look good. Let me find my antique gold 11O seed beads for this purpose. So I'm using this actually this is a 12O seed bead, and this is the seed beads that I'm using. It says 12O here. It's Bead Treasures. It's a Hobby Lobby brand, and I really like this. It's a pretty long tube, as you guys can see, pretty long, and there's a lot of beads that you get here. And so I tried a small sample, as you guys can see here, with all the 3 beads that I'm going to use, and I really like the way it looks. The only thing is, does it look good with this connector is what my question is, which I am not so sure. So maybe a bright gold will look good. It just depends on you, like how you want the look to be. I really like this look for sure. There is no doubt in it. But you're doing this connector. Actually, the first thing that I thought about it, that I need to use a gold bead. But then I thought, okay, if I do that, then I'll take away the attraction of this, I mean the main focus of this dainty connector will be gone. But we have to think from all different perspective before we finish. We close on with one. I like the gray color with gold color, it looks good, right? And if it comes like this, then it looks good. Yeah, right. The only thing is this black with already a slight antique finish around itself should be okay with the bright gold one. Actually it does. It is okay. So I'm gonna do that. So you try and then figure out what works best for your findings and your taste. So I'll finish stringing all these beads with the 12 seed beads and then come and show you guys how we connect it to the beautiful connector. So I finished stringing the first strand, which is right here, and I'm going to check one time whether I haven't doubled the seed beads or the bead. So I'm good. So the measurement, I would say, of this is, let me grab my ruler. Here it is, about say 7¼ inch, which would put us 14 and a half inch. Okay, that's gonna be the max. So I'm gonna use some beadalon size 1 crimp bead. You can use a crimp bead in size 1 or a crimp tube in size 2. So add those and then add it to the last link of the finding. So you can make this into a necklace, earrings, necklace or bracelet if you want to. See how short my tail is. I am running short of this wire, so I'm just being very, very cautious of how much I use. Okay, make sure this is not crisscrossed. And that's what it is. So go ahead and crimp this with your crimping pliers. I'm using beadalon crimping pliers, and then I'm just gonna go ahead with a second divot and going horizontally and separating the wire, and then going vertically and closing the wire up. So here is what it will look like, and try putting this bead on top of both the wires. If it can fit, go ahead and do so, which it does in my case. So I did that, and then I'm gonna take all the beads down. When you're doing this, just be careful, okay? So see this, you have to leave this freely, and see it's all twisted. So drop it down, drop the necklace down, run your fingers like this, and find out how twisted this is. Okay, and then you're going to cut this side anyways first. So take your wire cutters and snip off this part. I'm not leaving a lot, but 1 to 1.5 inch you need to leave. See, this is always a case that this might twist and turn. So I'm just dropping this and finding the natural way it turns, and this is how it does. So here I am. Take the crimp bead and go through the last connector in this winding as well, and then come back through the crumb bead. And one of the beads down. Take your pliers. In my case, I'm using a tweezer nose pliers or needle nose pliers, anything you have available in your stash. So here it is, and we have to pull this as much as we can because we need to match the loop on the other side. Just take a look at it. We don't have a bigger one, which is perfect. So now go ahead and crimp that nicely, and go ahead and vertically crimp it. And now take your wire cutters, pull this wire nice and tight, and then snip. That way you'll get a closer cut. So we have attached the first strand to the winding. Now I shall string in the second strand, which is the gray mother of pearl or shell beads, whatever you want to call. I'm gonna string these and come back. Hi friends, welcome back. I finished the second strand of the necklace. I attached it to the winding. The final third strand also I strung everything. Now we can actually finish it up. I'm using beadalon size 1 crimp, and I have a bead stopper right here, which I'm gonna take it off, and then add this bead right here, crimp bead, and go through this and come back. Okay, and then just pull this down. Obviously it's gonna crisscross inside, so make it not crisscross, and check the loop of the other strands. It should not be bigger than that. Okay, now I'm good to go. I'm gonna take my crimping pliers. So there is 2 divots, as you guys can see. The one which is closer to the handle, I'm going in horizontally with that, and then placing that right inside the divot and giving it a squish. Then going vertically with the first divot, and there we go. I crimped it, and then the excess tail you can either snip it off, or we can try to put these beads on top of it. I don't think so this seed bead is gonna go through, so I'm just gonna trim off the excess, and then yeah, just make sure everything is moved to the other side. There is no slack in the beads. Keep the necklace in the U format. I can suggest this enough, otherwise it will actually be difficult. It'll be stiff. The necklace will be stiff. So we want this to come all the way like this, and I find this to be the right size. If I do one less, it will be, I think it should be fine. So sometimes actually I have received comments, how do you figure it out? How do you figure it out how many beads should be there in the last round, middle round, and the first round, like that? So the thing is, I just strung the first one, I added it. Then I string the second one and I keep it in a U format and see if it is less than just about, say, less than the other one. That's all I do. It's not a big calculation or so that I make. It's just I keep it and I see visually if it is, the right size or not. So that's how I finish all my multi-strand necklaces. Adding the crump bead and then going through the loop, coming back through the loop, and a crystal bead. Use your pliers to do your work here. I'm using my tweezer nose pliers to pull. Okay, make sure the loop is as big as the other ones, and then we can go ahead and crimp this. And then so now pull this tight and snip it close. So this is how our necklace is looking like right now. I really like the way this turned out to be, and I want this finding to be shown or to be visible. So what I want to do is have a back a necklace which can be either one of the bead we have here. So in the pearl beads, I think I don't have much. I have only 3 more left. No, 6 more left. Obviously this one also I don't have much, but I do have enough of the crystals. Let me just see. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this crystal and make a back chain for here. You can use the same wire if you want to. It's totally up to you. So however you want the necklace to be, you can do so. So that's pretty, right? I'm gonna string that and come back and show you guys. So instead of adding beads, I thought why not do macrame in the back, because the black will actually be very nice with this. So I went ahead and did the spiral macrame knot. So this is like the square knot but just with one either P or Q. I will explain it to you guys. So for this purpose, this is what I did, and I really like the way this turned out to be. It's pretty. So for the base cord, there is two. It's macrame, so the base cord, knotting cord, we have 2 different cords. So I'm using 0.8 millimeter Chinese knotting cord. So you can use any cord you have available in your stash, like the satin cord will work. Then what to say, even hemp cord will work, but hemp needs to be replaced. It won't stay for longer and you cannot melt it. So satin cord will work. This is here. Waxed cord will work. And 10 inches, so 20 inches for base cord. So double that up, and then let's cut it. And that's the base cord. And for knotting, I used 3 feet. Okay, you can do 3 feet for 3.5 to 3/4 of an inch worth of macrame knots. So you can just approximately, you can say per inch of macrame knots you need 1 feet. Okay, so that's the easiest calculation you can keep. Give or take, it'll do a little bit more, but then that's sufficient cord that you can take it for yourself for the project if you're doing it. So You can always have that math in mind, because cord is cheap. It's not worth it to actually add extra cord. I know we can in macrame, we can, especially in this we can, but it won't look as smooth as it can get. So I'm using the Naughty Do It All board. You don't have to have this board. I always tell this, because it is, I know it is a little bit expensive, and you don't have to have this cord per se, but you can tape it to your surface or do like that. That's totally, you know, totally okay. So first of all, we are going to connect the strand, right, to this finding of ours. I know it's like just twisting and turning. So connect our necklace to this finding, right, to this loop of the finding right here. So first of all, what I do was, this is the knotting cord. I take the base cord and take the two ends, okay, together, and just melt those two together, just like that. Just be careful while doing so. And then put this through the loop. I'm going from, okay, I have to go from front to back. So this is the front side, right? So front to back, and we have a loop here. Just go through the loop. So this is a lockside knot, but see the front part of the lockside knot is in the back side. I really like this way. This way it attaches to the finding nicely, and it doesn't come off that much. So I like it. So what I'm doing here is I'm just securing this finding to my peg so that I can start macrame, and then taking the other peg, and then I have to keep it like this, right, to make the knots. So I'm just going to keep it further ahead and tighten it up. Now take the knotting cord, so fold it into half, keep it underneath that base cord, and this is macrame square knot. Normally we start with a Q or P, and this is a Q. See, the left cord on top of the base cord, the right cord goes on top underneath the left cord and through that loop that you have created, and then tighten that up as close to the thing as possible. The next will be a P. So the right cord goes on top of the base cord, the left goes on top underneath, then pull through. But we need a spiral effect. I like the spiral effect for the extension cord kind of a thing. So I'm just going to do only Qs. You can just do Qs or just Ps. That's totally up to you. But I like just fix one side for you, whichever you're comfortable, and always go with that side. That's what I do. But you can do either way. So I'm just going to do only Qs, and then once you start doing it, you will see the work being spiraled already. I don't know, it's black, it's not showing that much, but I'll show you guys. Okay, you can see that is spiraling. The knot is spiraling. So see this, once the cord is almost in the middle, it's not in the side anymore, and see this, it's like this. So this point, just shift it to the sides wherever it wants to go, and then continuing. You are going to do only Q no matter what, which card goes which side doesn't matter for us. So it will spiral on its own. As you guys can see, it is spiraling. In the black card it's not that visible, but I have done a lot of videos in my channel with the spiral macrame cord. As you guys can see, it looks like a DNA actually. So I'm going to continue doing this until I end up with my both the cords, and then I'll come back and show you guys how we do the sliding knot. We'll do the sliding knot the same, but it won't be a spiral, it will be flat because we'll do Q's and P's together. It's a square knot. So I finished doing this, and now I take my scissors and snip off the excess cord, leaving a short tail. Use my lighter to cinch that to my work. There we go. So now that's finished. All you need to do is now crisscross this 4 base cords and then do a sliding knot. As I said, you can just tape it to your surface, not on top of the beading mat, on top of the table, and then take an 8-inch piece of cord. That's exactly what we need. We don't need more than that. And then you can put it underneath this, make a Q form, take this on top, underneath all this, and through the Q that you created, and just tighten the knot. You can hold the ends together, put your finger in the middle and just pull that so that's almost in the center. And then what you can do is do a P, take this and take it on top, underneath, and pull through. So that's a square knot. See, it comes flat because we did the alternative. If we do just P and this just Q, then it will come in a spiral. So we can also secure this in a knotty tool and do it. As I said, we can do it with hands itself, but this is much more easier and fun to work with. Okay, don't make this really tight because the cords underneath needs to move. So don't make it extremely tight. Some people are tight beader, some people are tight knotter, so some people are a little bit, I'm not a tight beader at all. It's always I have to reinforce my bead weaving because I'm not that tight. So, but when I do knots, I can make it really tight. So, and also if you have some work and leave your macrame and go away for some time and come back and think which knot should I do, either a Q or a P. So you see these bumps on the sides, right? See these bumps on the sides? So the bump is on the right side, so I need to make a loop on the right side. That's how we do. I know I'm zoomed in a little bit too close, but you guys can see what I have here. So as far as the sliding knot is concerned, the closure is concerned, all you need to do is 4 square knots to be it should be enough. But since I have an 8-inch piece, I just want to finish the piece off, right? And then I snip this off, leaving a short tail for us to melt. So press it. Make sure you don't press it to the top or to the bottom. Okay. So it's very hard for me to do it on the left hand. So I just turn this up. There we go. So that's done. So here is our necklace. Okay, here is our necklace, and then this is the back of the necklace. So this is the sliding knot. Okay, and we need something in the end. You can either add a bead, but I don't know if this 2 cords will go through this. Maybe we can try this. I highly doubt it. So what we can do here is we can use the crystal one. You can try, but nope. See, the crystal one is also not going beyond it. So what we can do is we can have this kind of a bead. This is a bead that we got in the box. So I am saving this for another project, but I think I can use this. This is also not going through this. This one is nice and big, and this is also from the box. It's not going. Don't worry about it. You can use seed beads. 6 or seed beads will definitely go through if you want, or you can just make a double knot at the end. Tighten that knot and finish it up that way. Double knot is just an overhand knot, but you go through the loop twice. And then you can cut this off. And then just melt the ends. So it won't come off. That's the whole point of melting the cord. So this is our necklace. I really like the way this turned out to be. I mean, so zoom out a bit, and then this is how it is in the back. I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.